What's going on, everyone? Today, we're going to be going over what are, in my opinion, the best 11 strikers that you could possibly bring into your side within your final FM24 saves. We've got height, we've got pace, and we have incredible goal scoring ability within all these players. And you will at least want to bring in either one or two of them into your side, and they will become absolute world beaters for you. So, I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So, first things first, there was really no price limit that I put on this. It goes anywhere from 160K to I think like 50 million. So, these players are kind of able to be bought with any club that you might be managing, although you probably will want to wait a year or two before you get these guys, unless you can land them within year one. But the first striker we're going to be covering is Mr. Casper Ho from Betto in Norway. This dude has been an absolute terror to me in my Turum save this year. He is absolutely incredible. He is a 22-year-old Dane that you can pick up for 160K to 1.6 million, and you look at his attributes. It doesn't look anything too special with that finishing, first touch, dribbling. His physicals make him absolutely incredible. He is a pretty smart striker as well for this type of level, but he's only 22 years of age, so he's only going to get better. And when he gets better, he ends up being like a Danish Erling Haaland. He is absolutely ridiculous, and definitely, especially for this price, a must-buy, especially if you end up doing a smaller side in one of the top flights. Now, this next one is actually a French wonderkid, and he is very, very good, becomes even better, but you will require a little bit of patience for him to get to where you want him to be. It's none other than Junior Crimpy of FC Lorient. This dude's absolutely ridiculous. He ends up being super quick. He ends up developing the holy trinity of dribbling, finishing, and first touch as well. And for being 17 years of age, his mentals are actually pretty darn good already. You will have to pay a pretty penny for him though. 21 to 32 million pounds, but that's because FC Lorient know how good he's going to get. I mean, you could pay that now and then potentially sell him on for 70, 80, even 90 million pounds down the road if you wish to do so. But this dude can be your talisman for years to come. Next up, we have a striker that is basically the sole reason for the Mexican national team to have any sort of hope with their team. That is Mr. Santiago Jimenez, or Mr. Santi Jimenez of Feyenoord. This dude is absolutely incredible within reality and within FM. He has been performing super, super well for Feyenoord, and when I've done testing or heard of people doing Feyenoord saves, he just pops off nonstop, and for 40 to 50 million pounds, he is definitely a bargain and a half because, I mean, 12 dribbling, 16 finishing, 14 first touch. He's got great composure, good decision maker. He's also great with concentration as well. And with that high work rate, I love me a striker with a high work rate. That means that they're going to go above and beyond what anyone else is willing to do for your side. So having a striker like Santi Jimenez, you cannot go wrong with. Plus, he is great with both feet, which is another bonus on top of having that great work rate. Now, next up, we have probably the most underrated player on this list. He was actually brought to my attention by my dad because he watches the Bundesliga a lot, and one of his favorite teams to watch is Hoffenheim. He told me to check this kid out. His name's Meyer, and he is absolutely ridiculous, not only in reality, but also in FM. And what is great about him, not only is he good as a striker, but he is also great off the wings, and more specifically the left wing. He is incredible off the left wing, incredible up top as well. He's good in the air, even though he doesn't have insane aerial ability. He is still good in the air, and for someone that's 6'1" to have 17 pace, 16 acceleration, 16 agility, he's got that high work rate. Once again, this is a player that at 20 years of age you can develop into a world beater for you, and he can be brought in for 20 to 33 million pounds. And once again, he's a player like Junior Crimpy. If you want to develop him, bring him in for around that price and then sell him on for 70, 80, 90 million down the road, you can 100% do so, or you can just have him become your talisman for years and years to come at your club. Next up, we have probably one of the most overpowered strikers within the world of FM. It is Betto from Everton. This dude is a freak of nature within FM, mainly due because even though he's 25 years of age, his holy trinity can develop a little bit. He's got that 12 dribbling, 14 finishing, 12 first touch. But what is awesome about him. 6'4", 16 strength, good aerial ability with 16 jumping reach and 15 heading. He is also fast with 16 pace and 16 acceleration. Pace kills this year in FM, as does having someone with good aerial ability up front. And he has both, and he can score goals at will normally as well. He also has, once again, that high work rate. So you know he's going to be out working everyone in your side and your opponent as well to make sure that you are winning every single game possible. So if you can afford Betto at 23 to 35 million pounds, definitely bring him in. Next up, we're moving on to a striker that's actually even taller than our previous one. He's not as quick though. It's Mr. Gianluca Scamacca of Atalanta. I absolutely love this dude. I liked him at West Ham, especially last year with NFM, but this year at Atalanta always produces good talents, or they nurture players and produce even better players than when they arrived at the club. And he has 17 finishing, 14 first touch, 11 dribbling, but 16 heading and 16 jumping reach with 16 strength, and he's 6'5". And he's good with both feet. So if you can afford Mr. Scamacca, 35 to 43 million pounds, you can't go wrong with him. He's absolutely incredible. He can play as a complete forward. He can play as a pressing forward, a target forward, an advanced forward. He has a little bit of a passing ability as well. So if you want to play him as a deep line forward, you can do that also. So I mean, he's for me what I would want in a striker. Yes, he doesn't have the pace of Betto, but he is exactly what I would be looking for personally. And I definitely think you guys should look into bringing him in within your saves. Next up, we've got another wonder kid. This time he is from RB Leipzig, and it is Mr. Benjamin Sesko, the young 20-year-old Slovenian, who is also fitting this bill of a bigger striker with some pace, like Betto, like Scamacca, more so Betto with the pace though. But he is 6'4", like Betto, 16 pace, 13 agility, 15 acceleration. He's got the building blocks of the Holy Trinity, which we know, being that he's 20 years of age, it's going to get absolutely ridiculous for him. 13 dribbling, 13 finishing, 13 first touch. He has an alright level of passing, but he can come in and be your pen taker immediately, which will help him develop even more by scoring loads and loads and loads and loads of goals. And you can pick him up for 33 to 49 million pounds. He is a player that when you are wanting to build a side around, or wanting to target like a striker, midfielder, defender, goalkeeper type thing, like a spine of your team, he is a player that you go for up top 100%. He can play on the wings, but I would highly suggest you keep him up top. He is definitely one of the best strikers to go and get right now within FM, especially if you're starting one of your last saves within FM24. Now we're moving in to one of my favorite players. I think he actually might be the shortest player on this list, but I don't care about his size because he's absolutely insane as a striker. It's Mr. Daniel Malen of Borussia Dortmund. 16 pace, 16 acceleration, 16 agility, 15 dribbling. He is really hard to stop when you're playing against him, and if you have him in your side, that just makes it even better for you. For 33 to 49 million pounds, you can have a massive problem for your opponent up top, especially in a two-striker system. If you're playing a bigger striker and a shorter striker, definitely have him as that shorter one, but he can also play on the wings. I personally would have him up front though. He has that holy trinity of 15 dribbling, 13 finishing, 14 first touch. He is very quick, and he is an absolute menace to whoever he is playing against, or on your side, he becomes a massive problem for all your opponents. All right, so we're now into that top three, and we are back to that bigger player build at striker. And this is actually, I think, the most expensive striker. I might be mistaken, but is Mr. Victor Boniface of Bayer Leverkusen. He stands at 6'3", 22 years of age, 50 to 62 million. You can get a dude that is just going to dominate your league for years to come. He has the holy trinity of 16 dribbling, 15 finishing, 13 first touch, great pen taker as well. He actually has some flair, so he might score some crazy goals for you. 17 strength though, which you love to see. 15 pace, 14 acceleration. He's good in the air with 15 jumping reach and 14 heading, plus that 17 strength. He is, for me, the perfect striker. I've had him in years past, but between him, Scamacca, those type of strikers are kind of what I personally try and aim towards. But Victor Boniface is the perfect striker, and you can have your perfect striker for 50 to 62 million pounds. All right, so number 2, I know that I said Boniface was the most expensive player. This is actually the most expensive player, Mr. Marcus Turum of Inter Milan. This dude is incredible. He can play up top or off the left wing. I played him in both positions, especially last year. He is insane off the wing. He is insane up top. And in a front 2 system, say you have a Marcus Turum with a Daniel Malin, you're going to be unbeatable, basically. He is great with both feet. He has pace. He has strength. He has the Holy Trinity. He is good in the air. He's good off the ball. He is, once again, fitting that mold of a perfect striker. I would prefer Boniface over him, kind of due to the age, but Marcus Turum is definitely one of the best strikers within FM. And if you can get your hands on him, put him in a 2-striker system, you're going to win trophy after trophy after trophy. Now, this brings us to the number 1 spot. And who is the number 1 spot? It's the cover boy of today's video. It is Mr. Victor Yores of Sporting. I believe that's how you say it. I have heard about 17 different ways to pronounce his name, but we're going to go with Victor Yores. He is one of the best strikers currently in the world for this season specifically, which saw him get a massive boost to his attributes within the winter update, and he just is not slowing up. He's doing amazing in reality. He does amazing in FM. You look at his physicals, he's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He's 6'2", 25 years of age. For 32 to 40 million pounds, you can get one of the best strikers in the world, one of the most underrated strikers in the world, I feel. 14 dribbling, 17 finishing, 14 first touch. Great at pens once again. He's got that composure. He's got concentration, decision making. Pretty decent off the ball. 19 work rate, the highest that we've seen out of anyone, which I absolutely love. 18 strength, 15 pace, 15 acceleration, 20 natural fitness, so he's constantly going to be fit. He's everything you want in a striker. He's like Victor Boniface. He's the perfect striker. But Victor Boniface is a little bit younger. So if you want a little bit younger of a striker, you go with Victor Boniface. If you don't mind the age, you go with either Marcus Turum or Victor Yores. These strikers can absolutely change your FM world if you have the money to bring them in. So there we have it. That is the best 11 strikers that you can currently sign within FM, in my opinion, for your final saves. I am going to be doing other positions like this as well. Next week, we're actually going to be covering wingers. So there's going to be some pretty OP wingers in that video. Really looking forward to doing that one. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, please feel free, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is 100% free, so why not hit that sub button? And before I let you go, right now on screen, I'll be popping up one of my most recent videos, which was a tactics tool video on how to get the most out of a central midfielder. And on the other side of the screen, I'll be popping up a video of some of the best saves you can do to finish up FM24 if you are currently looking for a save to do. Well, until next time, everyone, have a good one. Bye-bye.